an unboxing, and we've got something new in from Meprolight, and this is the Mepro MPO Pro S. Alright, let's go over the box here real quick. So this is the top of the box. There is this side. This side's got your serial number, model number. All your specs are right here. If you want to pause it, we will go over those. The other side and the bottom of the box. Now this is packaged up pretty nice. It's got a sleeve. Set that off to the side. This lifts off of here. Got a foam pad here in the top. We've got our user manual. Really nice manual. And there's some things that we're going to go over in this manual because this dot actually has some pretty cool features. Really nice lens cleaning cloth. I like it when they have their logos on that. Got some silica gel. We got our dot right here. We're going to take this out, set it to the side. Looks like we have a tool that I just shoved down in there to the point I can't get it. There we go. Alright, we got a little Torx wrench. Oh, this is pretty cool. And a flathead screwdriver. That's definitely going in the range bag. That's pretty nifty. I have not seen anything like that with any other dots we've gotten. Alright, and got a pack of screws. Looks like we have two different pairs of screws. Got our mounting plate. We're going to go into that here in a second. And we have our CR1632 battery. Really nice packaging. Alright, here we go. Let's get into this dot. So this is the Mepro MPO Pro S red dot. As you can see here, it is a side load battery. Go to this side, we've got our up and down for our brightness levels. We'll get that out of the way now. There is 10 daylight settings on this and 2 NV. Does have a backup iron sight built into it. And as you can see, this is an enclosed emitter red dot. But what's really cool about this is for the RMSC footprint. Alright, let's look at our mounting plate real quick. So like I said, this is for the RMSC footprint. Now the dot will mount to this plate, kind of like the other acro style dots you've seen me review on the channel. Take your Torx wrench, loosen this up, and this will sit right on the plate, and you will lock that down. Now if we look at the plate, we also have basically like a recoil lug right here in the top of the plate, and if we look at the bottom of the optic, nice little feature right there. Alright, let's go over some specs on this. The MPO Pro S weighs 1.4 ounces. Your objective lens on this is 0.78 inches wide and 0.60 inches tall. Now, in between our backup iron sight is your elevation adjustment, and your windage is right here. Very easy to see the up and the arrow. Same here. Very easy to see the right and the arrow. Now, this is 1 MOA per click, and you have 30 MOA of total travel on your windage and your elevation. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the battery installed. Come back and we'll start talking about the dot and the reticle. Alright, I wanted to talk about another cool little feature here that I just noticed when I took the battery door off. The flathead screw on this is actually captured. And a lot of the other red dots and green dots out there don't have that option, and it's very easy to lose that screw. But as you can see, that stays put. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, we've got our dot on, and I must say it is pretty bright, especially for enclosed emitter dots. Sometimes I notice they are not as bright as the open emitter dots. Now, we already went over the brightness level settings, but what I would like to talk about, this actually has a multi-reticle system. Now, to switch to the 3 different types of reticles, we're on the dot now. You hold the down button. Takes about 5 seconds. And now we have the dot circle. And I know the camera's not going to pick that up, but I'll bring the reticles up on the screen so you can see it. Now with that on, it's pretty clean and definitely a lot brighter than just using the dot. Now you can also hold the down again for 5 seconds. And now we have just the circle. So you do have the option for 3 different reticles. And I probably should mention, the dot on this is a 3 MOA dot, and your circle is a 33 MOA circle. Now our housing on this is constructed out of 7075 aluminum, and it is IP67 waterproof. Alright, so now we've gone over the dot, the brightness settings and all that. This dot does have shake awake, and it has manual brightness control, and it also has auto brightness control. The battery life on this is rated at 30,000 hours at medium settings, and if you look here on the front, there is a sensor, and that is for your auto brightness. I have reviewed a few dots on the channel that have auto brightness. Some people like it, some people don't. I've never had an issue with it, but that is one of the really cool features on this. You have the option to do manual brightness, or you can do auto brightness. Now, if you want to activate the auto brightness on this, what you're going to do is hold the up button for 3 seconds, and it will flash off. It'll go real dim, and then it will adjust accordingly to the light of the room you're in. Now, if you want to go back to the manual brightness, you're going to hold that up button again for 3 seconds. And it is going to flash off, and then it's going to go to the brightest setting, and then you can turn it down from there. Alright, I got a couple more things I want to cover on this, and then I will get this mounted on the gun that we are going to be using it on in the next video when we take it out for a range review. Now, like I said, this does have shake awake, but this has a 1 hour shut off time before it shuts off. So that's something that I will do off camera, and when we come back to do the range review video, I'll make sure I let you know that the shake awake did indeed work. Now, this does come with a lifetime warranty, and one other really cool feature on this, when the battery starts to get low in this, it will actually blink every 0.5 seconds to let you know it's time to change the battery. You don't see that on a lot of other dots. Now, construction wise, I wanted to show you there is quite a bit of protection around the front lens. It does sit back in there pretty good. On the back, not so much. Down here at the bottom, but it's almost all the way out up here at the top on the back. But this is where it really matters. So we do have quite a bit of protection right there. Now, one thing that I noticed with this, and I want to get out of the way now, I've noticed when I've got this up close and I turn it down, there is like a line, and then it says up, and it's upside down. And what I've noticed is this elevation is showing on the glass. Now, when I've got this all the way out in front of me, like I would if I was shooting it on my pistol, I don't see it. And number two, you're never actually going to be aiming it down like this when you're shooting what's in front of you. I just wanted to throw that out there because I have reviewed a lot of dots on this channel, and I've never noticed that before with any other enclosed dot. I don't think it's going to be an issue once it's on the gun, but I did want to throw that out there, that is something that I saw. Now, the other thing that I've heard from other people is a distortion in the lens. I'm not seeing that issue with this. I don't know if maybe that was something in some of the first gens they might have had an issue with. But like I said, I haven't had it out to the range to shoot it yet. I know as far as looking at it here in the studio, it looks like really good clear glass. But we won't know till we get it out to the range. Alright, so let me go get this mounted up on the gun that I'm going to put it on, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, we are back. And yes, this gun is clear. No mag, nothing in the chamber. I went ahead and put it on the T-Saws Night Stalker. And I really like how that looks on there. That is pretty cool. Alright, so the Night Stalker does have suppressor height sights on it, but this is an ongoing problem with pretty much any enclosed emitter dot that uses a plate. I can barely co-witness my sights now. I can pretty much just see the very top of my front sight, so that's something to keep in mind. The other thing, the two sets of screws that came with this would not work with the Night Stalker. Now, I had screws because I have reviewed dozens and dozens of optics on this channel, so I have hundreds of extra screws. I did have a set of screws that would work, but I also had to cut those down. I had to take my Dremel and cut about 3 threads off of them. So just something to keep in mind. If you are planning on putting this on a Night Stalker, the screws that come with this optic will not work with this. You can use the screws that came with it to hold the cover plate on, but you will have to take a Dremel and Dremel those down. But I got it on. I do believe I used 15 inch-pounds for the plate. I did use Vibratite, and I went ahead and just used 15 inch-pounds on this. Should be just fine. If not, we'll have the torque wrench out at the range in the next video, and I'll torque it down. But we shouldn't have any issues with that. Stay tuned. We will have a range review video coming out next, and I will let you know if the Shake Awake works on this. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.